Hello students, in this session I will be explaining you the circulation in human beings. As we all know that the human beings have the four-chambered heart, then how does this four-chambered heart works and what are the advantages of the four-chambered heart? Let us understand in this session. So as the human beings have the four-chambered heart, then what are the chambers of the heart called as? The chambers of the heart are auricles and ventricles. There are two auricles and two ventricles. So then where are these auricles and ventricles present? The upper two chambers of the heart, they are called as auricles, and the lower two chambers are called as ventricles. Now what is the advantage of the presence of the four chambered heart then? The advantage of the four chambered heart is it helps to separate the oxygenated as well as the deoxygenated blood. So because of this, it prevents the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Okay? And also, in the previous session, I have told you what is the function of auricles and ventricles. I would like to recall that. So auricles are the blood receiving chamber and ventricles are the blood pumping chamber. In both the cases, there are four chambers as I told you. So that is auricles and ventricles. So this is the left auricle and the left ventricle, and this is the right auricle and right ventricle. So both the left auricle as well as the right auricle, they are helping to receive the blood. So they are the blood receiving chamber. Both the left ventricle as well as the right ventricle, they pump the blood out of the heart. Hence it is called as blood pumping chamber. Hope you understood. So now here also we have the double circulation. So let us try to understand how we have the double circulation here. Let us suppose these are the lungs of the human and the human heart, and this is the body which is in contact with the blood vessels from the heart. Okay. So suppose if they take oxygen into the lungs, what happens? The lungs take the oxygen in. You know what happens? It enters into the bronchioles and reaches the alveoli. Alveoli is the place where the actual exchange of oxygen takes place. You know this, right? So here what happens as the lungs take in oxygen, the blood becomes oxygenated there. So this oxygenated blood from the lungs enters to the heart. To the which chamber it enters? It enters to the left atrium or auricle. So the blood from the lungs enters to the left atrium. It is one more easy thing which you can easily remember here is lungs, that is for L for lungs, L for left. So the lungs discharges, it gives the oxygenated blood which enters to the left atrium, and from the left atrium the oxygenated blood enters to left ventricle. So now from the left ventricle, the oxygenated blood goes to the different parts of the body where these body cells receives the oxygen and they perform the cellular respiration. You know what is cellular respiration and why does the blood cells need the oxygen, right? I have explained you under respiration. So as a result of cellular respiration which takes place in the body cells, carbon dioxide is released into blood. Now the blood becomes deoxygenated. This blue color blood represents now the deoxygenated blood. Now the deoxygenated blood enters to the right atrium. It is the right atrium. Now from the right atrium it goes to the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle it passes to the lungs. So now lungs are the place where the carbon dioxide is reached, and this carbon dioxide now it is exhaled out. Hope you understood, right? So once again quickly I'll tell you. So how does the oxygen reaches to the heart? How does the oxygenated blood reaches to the heart? So as we inhale the oxygen enters to the lungs. So the oxygenated blood now it enters from the lungs to left atrium. The lungs gives the oxygenated blood to left atrium. From left atrium it goes to the left ventricle. This is the blood pumping chamber. So now from the left ventricle it pumps the blood to the different parts of the body where the body cells receives the oxygenated blood. As a result, carbon dioxide is released, right? So on now this carbon dioxide which is released into the blood, the blood which is called as deoxygenated blood, this enters to the right atrium, and now from the right atrium it reaches to right ventricle, right? Now from the right ventricle this blood goes to the lungs and the carbon dioxide is received, and this carbon dioxide is exhaled out, right? And the remaining blood again becomes oxygenated. So now one thing which you have to observe here is the blood enters to the heart two times, right? Once it enters to the left atrium and another time it enters to the right atrium. Here the blood enters to the heart two times in one cycle. Hence we call it as double circulation. Okay? Hope you understood. So what is the advantage of double circulation or the separation of oxygenated blood, So because of the separation of this oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, the blood allows the high efficient supply of oxygen to the energy needs of some of the animals like human beings, birds or the mammals. Okay? So now, as I told you, the blood enters at high pressure and this allows the highly efficient supply of oxygen to the body, that is to the body of the animals. So now if you observe this picture, you can identify the red lines which denotes the oxygenated blood and the blue lines which denotes the deoxygenated blood. So here you can see that the oxygenated blood from the lungs, where are the lungs present? I told you it is present in between the heart is present in between the lungs, and these lungs are present in the thoracic region, right? So now the oxygenated blood from the lungs, what happened? It enters to the heart, right? So now from the heart it distributes to the different parts of the body. From the heart, the oxygenated blood, the red color blood vessels, wherever it is traveled, that is the oxygenated blood, it enters to the different parts of the body, right? So now the different parts of the body receives the oxygenated blood. What happens? The cells perform exactly cellular respiration, right? So because of cellular respiration, the carbon dioxide again it is released back to the blood. As a result, what happened now? The carbon dioxide enter to the blood becomes deoxygenated, right? Now this deoxygenated blood again enters back to the heart. Again from the heart it reaches to the lungs where the carbon dioxide is exhaled out. Through which region it is exhaled out? Through nostrils, right? So this is how the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood get separated. Hope you understood, right? So if you have any doubt, listen to this video once again. It is very simple to understand why there is presence of four-chambered heart in the human beings and what is the advantage of four-chambered heart in the human beings. Okay? Thank you.